Well, welcome to another fun-filled day of model airplane building. Um, Hope we get a good crowd today. This is uh, this is the assembly process of putting a beam wing together. I got all the parts cut except for the tip plates, which we're going to cut here in a second out of some 1/8 inch that I got here. And they don't take long to cut up. But first thing we want to do, well, I guess I could do the tip plates first. Normally Normally I don't use any drawings or plans or anything, but I want this airplane exactly as the other one, only a better quality. So I got the plans here, or the my line drawings, or whatever you want to call these. Anyway, so we got to have two tip plates. They're 1/8 inch light balsa. I need a square and the pen and a ruler. Everything on this airplane sets from the crutch, which is this here. All the lines or alignment marks set from the datum, which is this line right here. So our wing center line is 1 3/8 from the datum. So we need to cut these tip plates. They don't need to be this long. I don't know why I made them that long before. Waste of wood. With the scarcity of wood, you're gonna have to be more conservative. I used to just throw the stuff away, but now everything is so expensive. So we need two 1/8 inch pieces that are 10 1/4 long. So we'll cut them out of this. Ten and a quarter. This is so simple, this stuff. I know it seems complicated to some, but it really is basic stuff. These are our tip ribs, tip plates, whatever you want to call them. They get put on as full sheets and hollowed after the end, after it's cut away from the bench. So as I stated, our datum is 1 3/8. We use this. Just mark them down. One 3/8. Now you can make this whatever you want. 1 1/4, 1.5 inch, 1 3/8. just make sure that everything matches. You don't want to have the datum 1 3/8 on your fuselage, 1.5 on your, good morning, Jose, 1.5 on your tips. What happens there is you end up with dihedral. If you make it less, it'll be anhedral. Now, that effect, dihedral, anhedral, can be beneficial depending on what you're doing. So that is the center line to our wing. To the tip. Now, since I already have it drawn out here, we can make the mark for the spar, the leading edge, and the trailing edge. Yep. LE. This is the center line of the spar. Make sure it's square to this side. What the hell am I doing? Now it's half by half on the trailing edge. So we're going to route that trailing edge too before I put it together. But I want to get I'm going to set this up to get the fuselage going. Now, on my leading edge, I did this slightly different. This particular piece of wood that I milled is 9/16 by 7/8. So half of 7/8 is what? I can't even think this morning. Half of 7/8. 13, no. Well, we'll just 7/8. 7/8 divided by 2, 7/16. So I'll measure up here 7/16. Do it off of 1. That way it will come out right. 1, 7/16. 7/16. Okay, now the spar. The spar is 3/16, so half of 3/16. 30 seconds. 3/16 to 3/32. Yeah. 30 seconds. 3/32. 1, 2, 3/32. And there's a line on this spar that gives you the exact center. And these don't have to be absolutely perfect. You can fill it with glue, but morning, Steve. A capital I is what we're making here. Wonder how old Joe Gilbert's doing at the team trials. Okay, we got the capital I drawn on it. Now let's take a rib and we'll draw the rib station. That one's got a bump on it. We're going to have some tricky rib fitment on this airplane. I made these too thick. The spar too thick. That's okay. We'll figure it out. There is our tip plate. But you don't want to cut those ribs out of there yet. You just want to cut the notches for the leading edge, trailing edge, and the spar. These are what set your wing. I mean, this is unlike building a a D-tube wing where everything's set off the plans. This is set off measurements that you made on these pieces of wood. That's it. That is it. So that holds the tip plate, the tip square. Now you need to make another one. Theoretically, you could build a beam wing out of the fuselage, but why? Okay, so now we need to do one more, and then I can do the bulkheads, and we'll put this thing together. Trust me, in several hours, if I wanted to hump, I could have the whole airplane together. Probably 5 hours. I could build the whole thing. But I wanna take my time on this one and make sure everything is 100% correct. And if not, remake the parts. Okay. It's not right. 7/16. We need to. Not right. I can see that coming right now. Close enough. going to do center lines on them leading and trailing edges too. Make sure they're perfect. No mistakes. Oh, by the way, the video right now is being uploaded to the channel. It's 48% processed. Tom Dixon foam wings. It's an hour long. Be sure to go in there and watch that. And looking at the numbers again this morning, we are way down. So like, subscribe, and share. I need you guys to subscribe. I notice a lot of people that watch this channel aren't subscribed. I lost like 5 subscribers last week and gained none. What's going on? We're $40 off on the revenue. So, this channel's sliding downhill. Is it me or what? Am I not producing good content? Are you guys pissed off at me or what? If you are, I'll give up. Just let me know so I'm not wasting my time. But trust me, I could be more productive building airplanes than I can be doing videos. Having a little stack here. Hold on. Little snack. Okay. should be able to just push it in there. The other side. Maybe it's the other side. There it is. Need my little stick. All right, that's close enough. What's the deal? There it is. Okay, so we got this is inboard, and that's going to go on the left. And this is outboard, so we want to mark that OB. Let's just go AB. A to A. Yeah, I think I'm going to grind on this spar a little bit more right here before I put it in. If you look here, you can see I didn't get it quite straight. So I could take off that much to lighten it up. And same on the other side. Same with all of these, it looks like. And you think, well, how much is that going to lighten it up? I don't know, but it's something. I want this one lighter, straighter, and prettier than the last one. And it won't take long for me to just take the Dremel and hog that out just a bit more. You know, I try to do these, build these airplanes for the viewers. Well, this one here, the viewing may be a little slow. The viewing may be a little slow, but I want to make every effort to make this the best airplane I can. Yeah, Steve says 3 or 4 grams. We're gonna weigh this thing before and then weigh it after the cleanup. And once I get this thing done, I can start gluing this airplane together. I have my my tip plates done now. Yeah, the Tom, the guy who's doing it's about how many Vipers have I built? This is probably 15 or 16. Wendy had one that was Viper 8. And then yeah, it's about 12, I guess. But this model is Viper 2. And we're going to call this one Viper 2 Extreme. Because it's going to get the aerodynamic upgrades. The other one was built with my pocket hinges, but not fully utilized on the flaps. So we're going to do that on this airplane. Let me see how it's coming on that other video. He said by Sunday. I see. So I guess by Sunday it'll be uploaded. It's a pastor of a church that's doing it with Tom. It's a pretty good video. But they had on there, the opening was "Come Fly With Me, Tony Bennett." Ain't no way I'm letting that go through on my channel. I'd be flagged so quick. DMCA strike. No, thank you. YouTube has no sense of humor. Okay, let's weigh this up before and after. It might not lose any weight. You know, you don't know. But peace of mind. I was telling Steve yesterday when he was over here getting schooled on how to build that the airplane has to look just as good inside as it does outside. I said, why? I said, so when I come over after you crash, come over and see how you did. This spar is a little bit heavier than the other one. Yeah. Not much I can do about it. Density of the wood. Huh. I could take a little bit out of that on that end. Okay, now, how will we get that out straight? Well, just like this. Take this paint stick, put the new 80 on it. Yeah, when I started this airplane, I knew it would be a series. Because the reason why it was started is I wanted classic looks with modern performance. This airplane was way ahead of its time, I'm telling you. I just wish I should, should have practiced more. It's all about flying. You guys don't give a shit about the airplane. Just swing a stick. Swing a toilet seat on a string and see who can make it turn the best. They do away with the BOM, it will absolutely kill this hobby. I know I'll be done. No reason to carry on. Yeah, that's great. Who's going to be on the world team? And we got any guesses? In open, you must be the builder of the model. You can fly in advance with a borrowed airplane, but you will not get appearance points. But in open, you must be the builder of the model. And there's so many guys cheating already. I don't care what they say about, I got pictures. Yeah, show me. Don't show me pictures. Show me doing it. Here's what happens. If they do away with the builder of the model, it'll be NASCAR. Everybody flying the same airplane, designed by aircraft engineer, guys who make money. So the guys with the most money wins. And I've been told that those airplanes don't fly as good as some others. Of course, I've never flown one, so I can't express whether it's good or bad. To me, it's all about using your mind to come up with the best solution for the, like they were at, how many Vipers have I built? I'd say this is probably the 12th one. I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to go back and think. I got pictures of a lot of them, or I had pictures of a lot of them, and I can remember a lot of them. But every airplane, there was always a change made because I wanted to do something else, not turning right or not cracking right. And now I'm back to the second iteration of the original design. The second one was the best. I got away from it because I didn't think you could trim a swept wing trailing edge airplane, but you can. Yeah, I had preconception from the big boys. Well, you can't trim a swept wing. Yeah, just like this pipe business. Got to have a pipe. Got to have a pipe. No, you don't. Now my VF-46 Viper 4, which really wasn't this airplane. It was I used a different wing. Had VF-46 in it. It flew rather well, but it flew more conventional stuff. Felt nose heavy, Now, even though this airplane is nose heavy, it doesn't feel nose heavy. Well, I think I'm not. Isn't Orestes the world champ? If he is, I think he gets a bye. I mean, he doesn't even have to fly. I think he already qualified. Okay, I don't know how much good this is gonna do, but it gives me peace of mind to get these. I mean, I could spend a lot of time on this and get it down and whittle it down to nothing. Whittle her down. I know what I need to do. I need to go to. Oh, but it's not electric. Go to Harbor Freight and buy one of them little belt sanders, handheld belt sander. This stuff sounds a little harder than balsa wood. That's for sure. Okay, I'm done. I think. One thing I didn't do on the other airplane that we're going to do on this one is sand the inside of the fuselage. I don't know why I let that slip. I guess I was too busy doing something else. Okay, where are we at? Okay. Thank you. We're almost ready to start putting this together. I just want to get this thing perfect. Now, guys I know that Paul Walker's made these beams out of carbon fiber and all that. Way heavier than this. And not necessary. And not necessary. As I've stated before, any single piece is weak on this airplane. But the sum of the total is what gives you the strength. And that's why we're trying to, get all the chances for stress risers out of every part. We'll probably sand the inside of the ribs too on this one. Well, somebody said 2 or 3 grams. Let's see what it took off. Probably nothing. It took off 4 grams. I could probably sand on it some more and get 3 more off, and that'd be a 1/4 ounce. That would be a 1/4 ounce. Remember I told you the other day that that test of the emergency broadcast system, get ready for a stunt? Well, Hamas just attacked Israel. Now, it doesn't have nothing to do with us here, except for Armageddon. We get something started over there. Today Sunday or Saturday? I gotta check out oh, I got my phone right here. Today's Saturday, good. We'll check the flea market again tomorrow, see if they got their problems sorted out. Yeah, I see that. I got my phone. A lot of work for something nobody sees. That's pretty good. A lot of work for something nobody sees. Okay, that's good enough. Let's weigh it up and see. $5 grams. 5 grams. Okay. All right. Get in there. Okay. We're going to have to fill up our CA bottle again. All right. We are ready for assembly. I think I'm going to make a 1/8" sanding jig so I can. What the hell's that? So I can sand the notches in this cap strip. All right. First thing you want to do. I have a faint line left here. You get a T-square, like so. Put a line on your glass. That's the center line of the fuselage, even though it's going to hang out over the edge. It don't matter. And we'll get the center line of the spar. It's going to be on this side. Oh, what the hell? I missed by a mile. Okay. So we need another line here. It's going to be right there. I'm sure Tom will chime in and say, "You didn't finish the fuselage. You can't on a beam wing." I've done it this way so many times, I ain't going to change. Okay. So assuming that the glass is square, which it is, close enough for our purposes, you want to make a line perpendicular to that one. And we'll do that with the T-square too. And that'll give us the spar location. Where to put those tip rib plates on. This is really, really a simple process. It does take a lot of room. And cutting the ribs it takes a little patience, but it's really simple. Get off here. Basically, by the end of the day, we'll have an airplane in one piece. Bob Hunt calls the lost foam system wok cooking, like Chinese wok. You prepare all the food and throw it in the pan, and 2 minutes later you got an airplane. Well, this is even faster. So I think this is microwave wok cooking. And that's why Jack Sheiks could build so many airplanes a month or whatever. Because anybody that's my age remembers looking at Model Aviation or Model Aircraft News or Model Airplane News. I got all kind of different magazines around here. Jack Sheets had an airplane a month. How could you possibly build that fast? Well, this is it right here. So if you wanted to do an airplane a month, you'd have to get the magazine loaded, meaning it would take a month to get started, but I'll guarantee that if I wanted, I could build an airplane a month this using this method. Finished airplane a month, but it'd be a month behind. So, and how that works is you cut the parts for one airplane in the first month, and you start it. You take about a week to get it cut, the kit cut, and a week to put it together. That's 2 weeks. You take it off the bench and put it on the paint stand and start finishing it, and then cut another kit in. So you got 2 week window there. It'd be simple. You could build an airplane a month, no problem. You'd have two going at all times. I need a longer straight edge here. And if I had more room, I could probably do 4 a month. Ace is the place for the help for hardware stand. Come on now, get up there. I barely have enough room as it is to do this. This really takes a table like John's got, which is a 4x8 sheet. Mine is only, I don't know how wide this is, probably 30 inches by 6 foot. I should have built the table bigger, but alas, I didn't. Next table, my workshop in the garage, a table in the garage is big enough. Can't afford the glass. John had an in at the glass company because he used to be a glazer. Okay. I hope that's right. Uh-oh. Natives are restless. What are you going to do with them all? Really isn't any more effort to build 2 at a time than it is 1 at a time. Okay. Now this is still opened up. I gotta do the formers on this first. So we're gonna use this line as the fuse jig. Of course, I have a piece that's already laid out for a fuse jig, but I'm too lazy to go get it. It's in the garage. Yeah, get some scrap. And I'm gonna work on that X-Acto saw and make it a real saw. That thing has got 0 power. It's a joke. Okay, what happened to my glue? Set right here. So we need to set up for another model making run. We use most of that glue out of that. Get this tip off of here. Let me tell you something. If I built 4 a month, this is a whole lot cheaper than motorcycles. If I built 4 motorcycles a month, I'd be absolutely broke. I'd be living on the street. And this is like an addiction to build all this crap. What are you going to do with it? I don't know. I can only fly one airplane at a time. Sell them, I guess. You know, I was selling airplanes for $1,500, $2,000. And Aviojet saw that, and he tried to sell his stuff for that kind of money, and 0 bidders, 0 takers. Feel sorry for the guy. $35, 36. Are we going to get any super chats today? I don't want you guys that have been super chatting in the past to keep doing it. I want new people to do it. Of course, you know, it always helps, but biggest super chat I ever got was from England, 100 pounds. £100. Okay, come out of there. Let's try these other tips. These, come on, get in there. These are Chinesium. The other ones are Chinesium. These are icky sticky. Let's see how they work. Nope, they don't fit any better than the Chinesium ones. There we go, Alan. But you're a frequent flyer. Thank you very much. Alan is a frequent flyer, so thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys need to get on board. Somebody else. And he's a member of our YouTube channel. Okay. This is I need to make a fixture for doing this. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Alan. Get the ball rolling. Come on, guys. Need to buy some more glue. Let me hang these on the pegboard, I think. That way we know where they are. I got another pile of them there. Okay, so now we just bring the, I think I'll cut a 16th fence post. So that would be 3/8 wide back there, so that I could sand it down to 3/16. How much has to come off? And see, it's 3/16 has to come off. Better put a 16th in. Let me get a piece of 16th. I got a chewed up piece of 16th here. Yeah, we're not gonna do much with 10-gram stuff. What happened to my ruler? There it is. Remember, even these little parts weigh something. This is brittle wood. That's why it's broken. Why it's not used. It's light. 10 grams. It's light. No good. Too brittle. So like this. Yeah, I need that square. I need my machinist square. Machini. There it is. Everything's got to be square. Can't see the glare. Yeah, it looks right. That's it. All that rigmarole for just that. But now we know it's perfect. We'll leave that set up while I make the formers, but there it is. Easy peasy, super greasy. As stated, I only run 3 formers in my fuselages. One in the middle, one at the leading edge of the stab, and one at the trailing edge of the wing. Boom, boom, boom. So I just really only have 2 to make right now. And I brought in a decent piece of 3/32 to do that. So we need a measurement at the leading edge of the stabilizer. One and an eighth. 1 and an eighth. Okay. We need a pencil or pen or something. Okay, now that's still on 0. Yeah. Now we need a measurement at the trailing edge, but this one will get glued in. Hey, thank you, John. Another guy. Yeah, appreciate it. Be sure to watch that video that Tom Dixon is uploading. Foam wings. This is 2 1/4. Two and a quarter. Now, John is another frequent flyer. We need to get more people involved besides the frequent flyers. I mean, much appreciated, but that sits right on top of the trailing edge. Except you guys can't see what I just did. But this will not get glued in until the wing is in, so don't worry about this one. But I want it there so that I can get the measurement for the center. So we need a ruler. And I'm going to need to find my brass tubing to hole these out. What the hell happened to my ruler? Work. Yardstick. Yardstick. 6 inches. Six inches. So this measurement across here is 1 7/8. Yeah, too big. Too big, made this one fall down. Come on now. Give me a break. It's just ever so slightly too big. There it is. Nope, still a little too big. So what I need to do here, as I'm hand fitting these, is I'm going to cut the holes in this one here for the push rod to pass. And I'll glue it in. Then we'll move. I think maybe this one's even too big. By a couple of swipes. Let's put a center line on this dog. It is exactly 2 1/4. So that's going to be 1 1/8 is the center. One and an eighth. Now I don't want to glue this one in because it glues to the top of the trailing edge and the bottom of the trailing edge. So I got to wait until I get the trailing edge in. And you ask, why does it glue to the trailing edge? Well, that's what gives. Remember, if it ain't glued to something, you don't need it. So you want everything touching something. Why is that off? Hmm. Get this thing exactly square. That's the deal. Glued to that. Good. Couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. Glued down in the back. Can't have that. Scrape that off. Okay. Well, we got it apart. Let's measure across here and get a line on it. Two and 3/16. So it's 1 3/32. And I have 30-second marks covered up. I don't need this anyway. 1 3/32. I mean, I'm getting pretty trying to be pretty damn precise with this one. I mean, the other one I just did by eye, but I'm doing this for the geeks. One 3/8. Okay, we got 2 lines on that now. Yeah. See, I moved that, and now that's off. But this is correct because I measured it. So we'll cut that apart. Can't be too perfect. Okay, so now that I've rearranged that, I come back here and look at this. The tail post is off. Or is it? No, it's not. Okay. Working on this mirror is kind of hard, deceptive. That goes right there. That's good. So now we'll put center lines on these. That changed that though. Wait a minute. I need to get a hole in that because I use thin CA. Thin CA. Be nice to have something bigger than that. I guess if that's what I got, that's what I got. Okay, use this. Use less glue, less weight if you make perfect joints. I can't remember when I used medium or thick CA. I mean, can't remember what the name of that glue was. They wanted to sponsor my channel. The hell glue was it? I don't know. One of the CA manufacturers wanted to sponsor the channel. And I said, okay, well, send me some samples. And they sent me, I gave it away on stun hanger. They sent me medium. They sent me foam safe, which I didn't use. They sent me thin. They sent me medium, and they sent me thick, plus kicker. Can't remember the name of that glue. Anyway, they didn't sponsor my channel because I didn't feel the glue was any good. But I never use thick, medium, or thick CA. Never. So I want to come down to right there, and we'll make it right there. But we need it right in the middle. I need a sharper pencil. We'll glue this bad boy in. Well, I know this is not Saturday at John's, but it's Saturday at Sparks. I only had one day a week to work over there. And I'm eternally grateful for that, because without that space, I would have got zero done in airplanes. However, what that does go to show, you know, even though you don't have room, it's like Steve. He's over here building his airplanes. You know why? He got no place to do it where he's at. Plus, he needs some instructions. So, okay, we got a bulkhead here. And we need my little square. We're going to be looking at it from this side, so we'll put it over here. Got to get it in the right way, too. It's close. That's one. I'll go back once I get these set. I'll go back and detail glue it, but I don't want it coming loose. There, it went down. Okay, it's at 6. Let's see how good this goes in. Way out. What the hell was I doing? Let's measure it again. Measure it again. Measure twice, cut once. 1 1/4. 2 1/4. Let's see. 1 3/4. Oh crap! That's 32nd of an inch off. What was I doing? 32nd of an inch off. Or is it a 16th? Better measure again. We got that's right. 1 and 15 32nds. Trying to read the thing upside down. 1 and 25 32nds. There, that's better. 1 and 25 32nds. Now, we're cutting basically a 32nd of an inch off of that, but we ain't going to cut it because it's just not going to happen. We'll just sand it. I need another piece of sandpaper. We'll use the big block, the big boys. Still too tight. I didn't take this much care with the other airplane. I just put it together. We're using my machinist touch. Shit. I got a bad feeling what's happening in the world. There it is. And I want to make sure that I get at least one perfect one done. That's a good one. Okay, now we need to measure the center of this. make a mark, get it on the line. So this piece is 1. Or is it 2? Yeah, it's 1. 1, 24, 2, divide by 2, 7/8 of an inch. 7/8 is the center. You know, we're gonna sell them plans, and Steve's working on them. He's gonna get them done. I'm hoping that with the videos and the plans, you can build this airplane. It's not that difficult. Okay, we want this push rod. Oh, it's going to be centered up. Okay, so that's good. I better cut it off to the height it needs to be. We got Tony Dallas working on video for it. Condensed video so you can see what's transpiring. We got 2 hours in and I haven't got this thing glued together yet. Been jerking off. That's part of explaining the process. Goes a lot faster when I'm just blasting through it. Okay, here we go. It's pretty damn close right there. Forward a little bit more. Right there. Okay, we're done with this monkey business. This piece doesn't go until after the wing's built, so I'm not even gonna worry about this. How much would what be? This is a little tight. Let's work on this. There it is. Okay. Let's see how that is. That's correct. Now, I'll detail glue these, making sure they're completely saturated. Like I say, this one doesn't go until the wing's built, but we'll mark it. So this is F1, 2. This is F3. We'll mark it F3. We're have a pen. F3. Set it aside. F3. All right, we're done with that. Now we can go back to building this stupid thing. Start putting it together. You guys got any questions for me how this is done? It's really simple. We're gonna have to wrap a bell crank today. Let's set these over here. We might need these again. Get my little Maybelline cart going here. This off of here. Need a knife to pop this shit off. These will be the fuselage blocks for when I move it. Good. Your razor blade to scrape that. Yep. That's perfect. That'd be good. Razor blade. I do not know why I can't keep the gasket scraper in. I mean, this is entirely weird. When I'm at work and I'm working on something and I got my snap-on tools in the toolbox out, I know where every tool is at all times. Here at home, I can't figure out where anything is. I guess it's just a relaxed environment there. That I'm not worried about anybody stealing anything from me. When I was at work, I was always waiting for something to come up missing. And it did from time to time. Shit, I lost a hammer. Who would want a hammer? I lost a pair of Nipix cutters. I lost a set of obstruction wrenches, snap-on a whole set. I know who got those. I know he took them. He'd be the only one that would need them. That's all right. I didn't use them that often anyway. Boy, when you need them, though. Okay, so we're jigging up the fuselage. We're jigging the wing up, or whatever you want to say. So this will live on the bench for the next couple of days right here. Maybe we can get it done, get it cut off the bench today. I don't know, depending on how I feel. Okay. This is the tricky part. Don't screw this up, because if you do, you'll be flying backwards. Make sure that the spar goes in the correct way. This says inboard. Well, flying around this way to the left would be inboard. Upright to the left would be inboard. So always put inboard to the left. Now I've got it marked on the top, so I need to turn it upside down. Well, actually, no, I don't need to turn it upside down. I can leave it there like that so I can see the marks. The deal here, Larry. I've already had this spar in there before, so I slide the other side again. Yeah, it's a tight fit, but it's a perfect fit. There we go. There it is. Now measure. Inch and a quarter. Yeah, gotta go that way a little bit more. That's perfect. Okay. What's going on here? What's going on here? We need to relieve that a little bit. Got that one straight. Relieve this side. Got it too tight. This side here needs to be loosened up. What did I do with that sanding stick? It be loosened to the back. There it is. Glue. Let's see. Okay, inboard goes that. There we go. That's better. Oh shit. Still gotta go a little more. Gotta go back that way. Unless, I'm looking at spar glue, got a little warp in it. Little. Oh, I see what it is. These are not perfect. All right. Little adjust. So that's there. So we're gonna go forward on this one. And there's a stick there. In there. That's better. See if it's right now. There we go. We got enough slop in it now. However, I think that I might not have enough slop that way. So this one is, which one? This is A. No, A is this one. So this goes down. I'm gonna get move this. And where are we at with this one? This one goes down. Yeah, I don't have enough slop in that way. So what's going to have to happen here? This needs to open up. They both need to open up. This one on top. This one here. Yeah, it's this side, not the other side. We'll get it. This side here needs to be opened up slightly more. See, what happens is when I put them doublers in there, I use carbon veil between the doublers. Well, the epoxy and the carbon left the booger in there. And you don't get them boogers out, then the beam's in wrong. There we go. Floater now. That's that. Got to go up on that side. On this side, it's got a booger. Yep, it does. Now, let me bring it in here close. How you can tell what's going on. You see that black piece of carbon right there? That black piece of carbon is keeping the spar from going in parallel. So how you figure out which is where it's at is by putting the beam in there. If I didn't have, if I just was doing it one sheet of wood with no doubler in there and no epoxy, it would have fit perfect. But because we're, it's stack tolerance is what's going on. If you're off a little bit here, 10,000s here. So we'll just adjust for it. Not that big a deal. It's only wood. because this is not what holds this airplane together. It's the 1-inch outside ribs that hold this airplane together. So let's see how this works now. You want this to fit together without any force, because if you put force in it, you're liable to end up twisted. Still off. It's gotta go up over here. Okay, you want to be that way? We'll just take you out. And it don't take much to screw things up. There it is. Took a 64th out of that. That should be a floater now. You know what? Let's put a center line mark on that so I know where it goes. We have we have 5 1/8. So 2 1/2 would be 5. Be 2 9/16. Half of 5 1/8 is 2 9/16, right? 2 2 9/16 right there. Now there's no ambiguity, no mistaking where the center line is. Okay, let's see if she's gonna fit now. Yep. Do not glue the spar in until the wing is finished. And even then, it's really not necessary because it's glued in by the 2 outer ribs. Okay. Still off. What the hell's going on here? There we go. That's it. That's good as a floater. There's no spring on that one, so that's good. What do we got here? And it's so close. What the hell's holding it up? I'll putz with this until it's perfect, that's for sure. If this is wrong, the whole airplane will fly goofy. Almost. Oh, there it is. That'd probably work. That one. It's this one right here that's tight. This one right here is tight. I wonder if I turn it over, it'd be any different. Try that. Maybe that spar has just got a little twist in it. We got enough float now, whatever it is. No need to turn it over. Got plenty of float. Yeah, we got her now. I think. I took a little bit off. All it takes is a booger on there. Still won't do it. What the hell's going on here? Let me make sure these are the same. Yeah, they're the same. Plenty of float. Booger, you can hear it. Gotta be enough now. Gotta be. I'll waller it out so big it doesn't do anything. Okay, which side did I have A on? A was Guess it doesn't matter. There it is. Gotta be enough. Yep. Finally. Only took forever. Okay, so where did my ruler go? There it is. We can't see shit. We got it. Let's make a mark on it so I can see what I'm doing. Unless I made another tactical error. Yeah, dumbass. There we go. There it is. Except it ain't like that there. Why? I'm having a hell of a time today figuring out what's the matter with this thing. Must be getting tired already. Okay, fuselage is floating. That's good. That's good. I guess that's gonna be right. Can't believe we can't see. Okay, that's correct. That's correct. That's correct. 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 As far as I can tell, it's standing on my head. I think we about got it figured out here. I need to check one last thing. Looks pretty damn straight to me. So. This goes down, this goes on here. We're good with that. This goes down with follow the arrow, dummy. I put that on backwards and it was a 1/2 inch twist in it. Goes down. Server weight here. Back here somewhere. Yeah. Okay. That's where it goes. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Super chat if you can. We had 2 super chats today from 2 of our frequent flyers. Appreciate it. All right. Now, let's see if we can. It's not zoomed in, so I don't know how to, besides moving the camera back some. All right, T-square. Want to make sure these rib tips are squared up with the center line. You want that on like that. And this, like so. That's flush. And we're just going to tack them to the bench. Don't glue them to the spar yet. Just tack them to the bench. And we'll do the same on the other side. I screwed up. I got to come back and center that one up. Shit. Shit. Can you guys see where I screwed up? Well, actually, no, I guess not. This beam's a little twisted in there. Oh, there it is. Let me get a piece of 16th and get the twist out of there. 32nd. Here's a stick on the floor. There it is. It's not glued down anyway, so it doesn't much matter. Where are we at? There. There it is. You ask, well, why does that matter? Well, that matters for the trailing edge sweep. You'd have one swept more than the other. But I had it right, so we're okay. I just optical illusion. Optical delusion. I have to make sure that I square that up when I finally glue it on. Check this one with that. Yeah. Rough day. There it is. Ah, pushed it. Pushed it off center. So what I'm going to do to hold that is I'm going to tack it up there. Yep. Now move, asshole. Okay. Okie dokie. I hope this is making sense to you guys. That looks right. I'm gonna buy activator, 15 bucks for this can, last a year. That other activator, you got a pump and all that, just buy this. This glue, 2P10, and this activator are better than Bob Smith. Let's see here. How can we depict this? Okay. All right, we can finally start to get some parts together here. Now we're going to do the. I'm going to get the spar lined up right there. So I need to put a block of something right here to hold this from moving back and forth. Okay, this is not good. What did I do with that? Let's see. We could use a piece of this. Yeah. Oh, I got a piece of it. It's in my saw. Thin saw. Everybody fall asleep or what? I know this is boring. So we're going to use 2 pieces of wood here to block this from moving back and forth. You want the spar on the line that it's supposed to be on. Just some sticks. Lock it in. Okay, that's locked in. Our airplane's done. Believe it or not. I mean, it really is. Just a matter of putting the parts on it. That was the hardest part of the whole build right there, getting that set up so it was perfect. You probably could build this in 2 hours from here. We want to go like that. Now I'm going to sand that angle into that on my disc sander so that it butts up against the carbon right here, because the leading edge does not capture inside the fuselage. It's just held on by gluing it to the doubler. And then what holds the wing in are these 1-inch ribs here. So these are white glued to that, and this is epoxy to the spar. You could probably CA it, but I think I trust white glue a little more than CA. There's going to be some hand fitting on that too, because I want this one to be a little different than the other one, than the other Viper. I want it more precise, so we'll work on that. So let me see here. Get rid of this. I don't need this. With these videos and this right here, you could build this airplane. And the only reason why you need this is to get the shape of the tail of the elevator stabilizer. But to build beam wing airplanes like this, you don't need anything, just numbers. Unless you've never built one, and then you need an idea how it goes together, dimensions. We're going to route this yet, so we got to do that before I can glue these in. But they go in like so. And then just lay the ribs on. Pip, gone, you're done. About a couple hours, you'll be done. And we want to choose the correct one for that. That's pretty straight. Of course, I'm going to, sand the ends of these and make them perfect before I put them together, but I'm just fitting it together to show you right now. Get down there. Got too many sticks and stuff on there. I guess I could get rid of this stuff. I don't like that one. It's too small. Too small. So we had this one. Let's look at that one. That's the one right there. There it is. And the leading edge. I'm happy I milled them things. We need to get rid of this stuff here off the bench. All this shit here is not needed until I build flaps. I kind of figured out where I made a mistake on my last airplane, why the flap twisted, because I didn't build them up. I cut them out of a piece of wood like this. This is the original set, and then I duplicated it to make it lighter, and I cut around the perimeter and put the. I'm sure that's why. But we have a set of flaps already sanded and made for this airplane. We'll go ahead and use them. Unless I can't get them down. We'll see where the weight's at and everything. I want 50 ounces out of this one. Not 53, 50. We don't need any of this shit. We'll throw this in the scrap pile. We'll need. I got lighter than that. I got lighter than that. We'll, this is the long one. That means it's. I think I'm going to hit 20 on this one. I think. I think it's going to be at 20. So we need these sticks for building flaps. But I need to clear the bench a little bit. Give me a second. That I need to make a head call. There's that piece I was looking for. Now I won't be able to find another piece on it. Okay. Okay. All right, intermission. I gotta make a head call. Be back 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes. Okay, pressure's relieved. We can, I'll go ahead and sand these up. So this is inboard. And this goes up or down, whichever. We'll go down. Give me a second. I'll sand these. It'll only take a second. Okay, so inboard goes on this side. I'll mix up some epoxy. Epoxy them things in there. How's that going to work? I think the first set is going to have a little space. 1/4 inch difference. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, I found my covering for this. I knew I had it. I ordered this stuff from the Free Flight guys in England. It was this is paper on the outside. $15 a sheet. And the reason it is 15 instead of $1 or so is that nobody makes Japanese tissue in 30-inch lengths. It's all 24 by 18 by 24. Well, this is 18 by 30. This is handmade Japanese tissue, and $15 a sheet. So that's 15, 30, 60, 90, $120 worth right there. It was ridiculous. And I had lost it. Like, what the hell did I do it? Well, I put it inside my carbon fiber veil tube, along with inside the veil. And yesterday when Steve was jerking around or whatever over there, I said, well, hey, there's that carbon. Let's pull that out. So I pulled the veil out, and I go, well, yeah, because I was looking for veil to put between the motor mounts, or between the doublers here. And I stuck it back in the tube, and it wouldn't go all the way back down. What the hell is inside there? So I dumped it out, and there that was. I only used it on one other airplane. I think that was my Tucker. That Tucker could be made to fly good if it took some nose weight off of it. I brought it down to 52 instead of 54. I mean, I flew it at the gnats and did okay. Nothing to write home about. Or wait a minute, is that airplane? That airplane is 62. It needs 2 ounces. It needs to come down to 60. Ah. And the performance jump between a 60 and a 50-ounce airplane is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Of course, you got to have the power. I mean, I could reduce the weight of this just by putting a Super Tiger 46 in it, but then you got no smoke. So, give and take, you know. All right, let's mix up some epoxy and glue these leading edges in. We've been on 3 hours. I think in 8 hours I could finish the whole thing. Finish the frame up. Easy. But I'm not really on a time crunch. I'm not on a timeline. This airplane won't make its debut till 24. So, because it's going to have a super finish on it. The other one's nice, but this is going to be twice as nice. And for those light finishes is more sanding. And you say, how can a guy possibly sand more? Well, trust me, I can. I wish I could find a source for this Bob Smith epoxy that wasn't so expensive. But epoxies are expensive. I think even when I go to Woodcrafters and buy that 2P10, it's cheaper than the Bob Smith CA. And it's better. Cheaper and better. I don't know what's in CA, but look at this one again. Make sure I get good coverage. Yeah, just wait for them to dry. So we need to set up the router table for routing the trailing edge so I can get that going. I also need to cut them off is what I need. They're way too long to be playing with. Cut that there. Then I need to sand that flat. So you want this edge up on top of the thing. That's right. That's right. Need to cut this off on this side. Let me buzz this on the sander real quick. As I'm over here, might as well use the jigsaw. And sand that too, because it's got a little flat right there. Get in there. Okay, that's locked up. What we got here for the epoxy? It's pretty much dry. Pretty much. So we're building this upside down. That means I have to do the lanyard before I can flip it over. Let's see here. Yeah. Hopefully the bell crank will swing. I think it will. I had a problem with the other one, so I left plenty of room for the bell crank swing. Well, you guys weren't looking on the last one. I had to bust the firewall out and move it forward about 3/16 of an inch so the bell crank wouldn't hit it. Because if I could, I'd put the tank right here, but you can't. It's as far back as it's going to go. Hub. Get another bottle of water. Wake up. Time to get up. Electrolyte for your workout. Yeah, I'm working out, all right. Okay, so now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17. That's good. That's the only change of this airplane is I added more asymmetry. It's one full bay, which it should have been on the first one, but I kind of screwed up. Should be 1.25 inch asymmetry inboard wing. But I made sure to correct that on this one. And it'll be on the, hopefully, it'll be on the plans the correct way. You know, Steve's going to let me look at them. And I'll make sure that you have that 1.25 inch asymmetry. Okay, those are good. All right, what do we want to do now? I guess we'll set up the router and route them trailing edges, and then I can glue them in and start laying ribs. But as you can see, once you get the parts cut, I mean, it goes together relatively fast, you know, relatively quickly. Let's cut this off. We don't need this shit hanging out here. Get my coping saw. Now we're going to save this. Save this piece here to sit on top and bottom of the spar, glued to the motor mount, if that makes sense. Glued to the crutch so that the crutch will transfer vibration to the wing. Yeah, that's right. No. Those 1.25 inches are to the center line of every rib. 1.25 inches center to center, just like building a 16 on center wall. So there's a 16 on each side of that center line. That makes sense, Steve? 1.25 on center. If you already got it drawn, it shouldn't be hard for the computer to figure out. Just enter in the number and hit enter, and it should go, right? I mean, you don't have to redraw the whole thing. I think what I'm most proud of is this. This really turned out nice. This is way better than the first one. Right? This one turned out way better than the first one. I like this. Yeah, try not to lose track of the horn though. Where did it go? I need to get that put together so I don't lose anything. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, here it is right in front of my face. Yeah, I need to get this together. Yes. This is done just like a Nobler. Turned out real nice. Okay, we don't need this stick. Trash. We don't need that, it's trash. Need that, it's trash. If I saved every stick, and I can build a house. All the sticks I've thrown out. Okay, so now, where are we at? We want to set up the router. Glued my square to the bench. Let's see, some wicked stuff. Let's save this. We don't need this right yet. Now there's even a lighter way to do that than what I did, but it would take as much time to do that as it does to build the airplane. And I ain't into that. Router table. Okay, there's that. Let's get the bit. Uh-oh. There it is. There it is. Okay, this is the bit I use in my Dremel router table for routing trailing edges. And no, we won't be holding this in my hand while I'm doing this job. You know, we need to turn this up so that I can drop it down. Nope, we can't do it. Isn't that a bummer? Okay. So we want to do what here? We want this to go down. I guess that's as low as we're going to get it. Nope, there it is. Okay. Now I need my big clamp. See, in a perfect world, I'd have that bolted to the bench somewhere out of the way. But I don't have enough bench space to do that. I guess that's going to have to do it. We can do it right there. So let's do a test run on another piece. Those are our good ones. I think we'll do it like this. all good. Yeah, could go a little bit less. Yeah. That looks right. That looks right. Gotta do it careful. Let me check and make sure this is right. Yep. So one on this edge right here. Down. Okay, here we go. Hopefully we get it. Okay, you see how that's offset, off center? Not a problem. Turn it around and go back through. Perfect. Now I take my sanding bar and clean up the little hump there and we're fine. So we got one done. Perfect, perfect. Couldn't ask for better. So we want to do that edge right there. Perfect. Couldn't ask for better. Okay, so now I'll get rid of this Dremel table. Get it out of the way. I think I like that pedal. We'll just leave that right there, so in case when I use the Dremel tool, I can pedal it. Well, it's sticking out too far. But we'll leave it right there for now. Okay, now I need this polywalk. Where'd they go? Polywalk, polywalk, polywalk. Are they back in this box here? On the bench? Where are they? Oh, there they are right here. Traditional polywalk. Get some 180 on there. It's a 3/8 polywog for a 3/8 flat. Put it on there like so. Couple swipes. We're done. I think I'll sand it with 320 though. Get it ready for finish. And what that does is it recesses the flap into the trailing edge. That way there's no need for hinge tape, which is stupid. And unless your airplane's a lumber wagon, you really don't need this. But it's just a cool feature. Nobody else has got it, so. I have never seen this on any other control line airplane. Not to say that I'm the first, because there ain't nothing new, but I just ain't seen one. Here's a suggestion. Do not try this if you're using cleat hinges. This will only work with pocket hinges. You might could do it with I don't remember what you call them, barrel hinges or whatever. Maybe. But the geometry of this is so that the flap leading edge never moves away from the trailing edge, because the hinge point is 3/16 behind the leading edge of the flap. Does not pivot at the leading edge. Pivots 3/16 behind the leading edge. Okay. Piece of 320. Oh, shit. Dusty. And Steve, if you're watching this, go ahead and add this detail into the plans, because I traced out one of my hinges on there. So that the guys could figure it out. Okay. One more time. See how nice that is? The leading edge never gets out of the pocket. It stays right in the pocket, just like a ball and socket. Here's a suggestion if you decide you want to use my hinges. Only use 2 on the elevators and 3 on the flaps. Don't put 4 and 5, because what happens is misalignment. They will bind up. We're in good here. Okay, I want to epoxy the center joint together. Of the trailing edge. So we'll mix up a little epoxy and epoxy that center joint. I better have some stick pins to hold it, which are, here's one. That's all I need is one. Boy, I'm going to miss working where I was working for cutting magazines up. I cut a bunch of magazines up on the shear. On the shear. Ain't got that no more. Big paper cutter wouldn't even cut that. It just went bam, right on through it, like it was nothing. Wait for that to dry. So we're now to the point in 3 hours and 40 minutes of jerking around. Of course, I could have been ready with more stuff to go ahead and start laying ribs. Been a trip. So I need to make a spacer that's 1.125 inches. Is that right? Yeah, 1.125 inches. And that'll lay all them ribs up. Now, the first one I got to set is the fuselage. I'm going to have to sand to get it square. I'm going to have to sand a belly in this. First thing is to sand the angle on that. We'll get it to fit, and then I'll sand a belly in it. This airplane's going to have wood fillets. I'll show you how to do that. But they don't go on until after the tissue, but you got to make them before the tissue goes on and mark them so they get back in the same spot. And then the turnouts up here are superfill. Can't get around the superfill on that, but whatever. Looks good so far. Look, I mean, coming along nicely. We're a week and a day old. Started it on the 30th. Today is what? Today is the 7th. Yep, 8 days old. Well, I think what I'm going to do is 1 o'clock. I'm going to take a break from filming. And I've been on 4 hours. We'll stop it at in 9 minutes. You guys got any questions? Pretty easy how this stuff's done, though. Really easy. Just got to pay attention, make sure everything's perfect. Stick it together. We're going to lose a little bit on this one in span. Probably 1/8 of an inch. I'm hoping that Steve can figure with the computer out how to space them ribs and make them perfect every time. But when you're doing it out of your head, it's pretty hard to remember. exactly how you did it the last time. This rib gets sanded with a slight angle in it. This rib gets white glued to the fuselage and epoxy to the spar. And this is what glues in the wing, these 4 ribs. Right now it's just floating in there. And this kind of construction is why it's damn near impossible. I mean, it's perfect every time. If you can read a ruler, pretty hard to make a mistake. Pay attention to what you're doing. Five minutes more for you guys to ask your questions. Be sure to look for that Tom Dixon video upload. I think it's about, let me see where it's at here as far as uploading goes. You must have a slow internet connection. Come on, Mal. It's still at 48%. Or ah. All right, guys. Like, subscribe, and share. I got to call Tom. They got it on here, made for kids. I don't want that shit up there. All right. Fair winds, tight lines. We'll see you.